Hey guys, my name is Matt. I'm one of the creators of Post4Me, and I just wanted to put a little demo together showing you how easy it is to get set up and everything that you can do with our product. So if you're not familiar, Post4Me is a unified API that lets you connect and post to 9 different social media platforms. You can see here this code is all that's needed is to make a post to every single platform. So our goal is to be the easiest way to integrate with all the social media networks. You can create and schedule posts, text, images, and videos are all supported. You can get those posts from the social media feed and then also get views, likes, and shares of those posts. So let me show you how to get started. Once you click get started, you'll be redirected to sign in, and then you'll see our project dashboard. So we are an API first. The dashboard is just used to configure all of the settings. So if you go over down here to the API docs, this is how you'll mainly be interacting with Post4Me. But let's get set up in the dashboard first. So this will be the first screen you'll see. And to get started, all you need to do is enable the providers that you want to post to. For example, you can enable Facebook, Instagram. Instagram has 2 options, whether direct to Instagram or through Facebook login, YouTube, Twitter, all of that. If you have your own app credentials, you can create a new project and use those. So we're going to say my creds. And this is for if you want a completely white labeled experience and you want your brand to be shown through the OAuth flow and own the actual connections. You can add your own app credentials here. So all of the platforms have this little form and have a guide to tell you how to get set up with your own credentials. If we navigate back over to our approved credentials, then we can go ahead and connect an account. You see I have an Instagram account there. I can connect Facebook. You can choose which permissions you want. So by default, we just allow post permissions. But if you select the feeds permission, then we can get both the feeds and analytics data for the posts. So if you use our credentials, this is how the OAuth flow will look. You can see it has the little Post4Me brand here. We can connect all of the pages and get our Facebook account in. So voila, we have a Facebook and Instagram account. Through the dashboard here, we can mark an account as a test user, and then we can post. So if you go over to the posting playground, all this is doing is showing you how the API call is going to be made. So you can select all the accounts here. We can add an image, so I'll just do a little stock image here. Oops. There we go. Added media URL, gonna add testing, and then if you go over to the payload, this is what the actual API request will look like. And it's this simple. This will post to both Facebook and Instagram, and you don't have to worry about anything else. So we're gonna click post now, and while that's posting, if we go over to the social media accounts, since we connected with the feeds permission, we can go and click view account feed and see all of our posts as well as metric data. If we go over to social media posts, we can see the status of this post is processing, and eventually it will get posted to both Facebook and Instagram. There we go. Now both of them are successfully posted, and there's an easy way to view them on the actual platform. And there we go. Now, everything that this dashboard is doing is just interacting with our API. So to do the API calls, we need to go over here and make an API key. We'll create that. And now if we navigate back over to the API docs, we can see how each of these work through the API. So now I can show you how the flow works through the API directly. So in the API documentation, you can test every single one of the API calls. So we can go through that exact same flow. First, we would need to connect an account. So if we go over to social accounts and go over to create social account auth URL, this will create the URL that you would ultimately redirect your user to. First thing we need to do is plug in our API key there. Then you can see we offer a bunch of override data for the platforms. But for right now, we can ignore that and just create a, let's say, an Instagram connection. You can pass an external ID. This is just any value that you want to add that will tie it back to your user. So I can just, say this is Matt here, for example. Send this. It will create the auth URL, and then you would just redirect your user to this URL, and you can see the same OAuth flow there. If we go back to the API docs, we'll be able to query the accounts and see this Instagram connection has this Matt external ID, and we can grab this ID to do the rest of the flow. Let's say we want to make a post. We'll go over to social posts, go over to create post here, and we can make a post. So we offer a bunch of platform configurations. So these change based off the platform, but they allow you to override things like the caption, the media, and do platform specific options. For example, if you want the video to be on the reels or the stories, or if you want the reel to be also in your feed, you can set those options as a platform configuration, but they're completely optional. So if you don't care about any of those options, then you don't need to add them. We offer the same sort of configuration option at the account level. So you can override all of Instagram, if you have multiple Instagram accounts, let's say, or you can override the caption for just one Instagram account. But for now, we are just going to make a simple post to Instagram again. We are going to ignore all of this. The caption will just be testing, and we can use this same pick some URL. So let's do this. We can add a thumbnail and tags and everything. This is just an image, so all we are going to add is the URL, and we're going to make this 1080, and voila. Just like on the posting playground, we can see the body is pretty simple, and now the post is processing. If we grab this ID, we can query for the post and get the latest status. So we can either query a paginated list of posts, or we can just call by the post ID. Since I just care about this one, we'll do that. And so yeah, you can see it's still processing. We'll fast forward to when it's done, and you should be able to see the post results. There we go. It has been processed. So now we can take this post ID and we can see the actual details of the post. So the post results are going to be the result for each platform. So let's say, my post there had both Facebook and Instagram account. It would have multiple post results, and I would just get all of the post results for this post ID here. And I can see the actual platform data of the Instagram post. This is what's shown on the dashboard. So now that we've seen the post results, we can also query the feed directly. So this social account feed will give us all of the posts made to this account, whether or not it was posted through Poster.me. So if we just query this, you can see these are every single post made to my Instagram account, and then just with the basic data. So we have the media data, you know, the IDs, the caption here, and the actual platform URL. If we want to see likes and values and shares, we can include this metrics parameter, and this is where we'll get analytical data for the individual posts. So again, this is for any post, not just for the ones made, but you can see, you know, my viral 55 view posts on this account. And then each platform will give different metric data. So for example, Instagram gives pretty limited data compared to, you know, TikTok or Facebook. So if you go over to the documentation, you can see each of the different metric options for the specific platforms. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. It's a very simple integration. All you need to worry about is connecting accounts, making posts, and then fetching those posts. We handle all of the OAuth, all of the media processing, you know, caption processing and everything. So yeah, there's a lot you can do. There's a lot that I didn't go into, but it's simple to get started. So hope you guys enjoy, and please feel free to reach out if you have any questions or if you need any help getting started. So thanks.